Well, hello, welcome to my home. To the returning subscribers, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. It means a lot to me, it truly does. And to those of you who are new here, I hope you like what you see and I hope you stay. So, tonight, what are we gonna make for dinner? I'm going to make a twist on beef stroganoff. I'm gonna make it with ground beef and I'm gonna serve it over some bread. So they're technically called stroganoff boats. And that's how I'm gonna show you how to make it. It's super simple, super easy. So let's go heat up the pots, let's get it, let's go, come on. Alrighty, here's everything we're gonna need for tonight's dinner, minus some mushrooms. I have to run out and get those at the corner store real quick. For the ground beef stroganoff, I'm not really exactly sure what the name of this is. They're called boats, and because you put them on those rolls back there. I bought those rolls the other day on clearance. I use them for another meal, and now I'm gonna use them in this meal for $2.82. So I'm getting 2 meals, probably 3 out of that. But anyway, so you need the rolls, some beef broth, 1 pound of ground beef, salt, pepper, onion, garlic, parsley, Worcestershire sauce, and sour cream. I have 2 kinds of sour cream because food allergies. So the top one, the Tofutti, is for Eric. That's plant-based. The bottom one is for the rest of us. As far as the vegetables you see out there, they're not integral to the dish. It's something I'm making as a side dish. I have to use those veggies up, so I'm just gonna roast them with some pineapple to serve as a side. But there you have it. So let's get it, let's go. Let's start cooking. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna wash and dice up all of the vegetables and the onions so we can get started, and the pineapple. Okay, so I sliced up the vegetables and the pineapple. I'm going to add them to this bowl right here. Oops. Run away. To this, I'm going to use some olive oil, ground cinnamon, some ginger, salted pepper, and a little bit of brown sugar. And then we'll throw the pineapples in. And with the oil. Okay, I'm going to start with a tablespoon of brown sugar. Just want to break it up all over though. I might need a little bit more. I'm just going to start with that and see how it looks. Actually, no, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Half a tablespoon. Nah, that's more like a teaspoon of cinnamon. That was too much. And I'm just going to do a splash of ginger because we're not really big on ginger, but ooh, the top was off. I just want to make sure that I don't put too much in it. Yep, see how that came out so quickly. So I want to say that's a half a teaspoon because we're not big on it, so if you are, add more. Salt and pepper to taste. Potatoes need a lot of salt. I also have a potato over here. Chopped everything up, forgot to chop up the potato. So let's give that a go. See how we like it. And I'm going to do the same thing with the pineapple. I just didn't have a big enough bowl. I know I'm always good for saying I need a bigger bowl. Well, today I know I need a bigger bowl. Yeah, that's more than enough there. So what we're going to do is spread these out on a cookie sheet or my roasting pan, whatever you want to call it. I think it needs just a little bit more oil in there. Just a little bit more. There we go. Oh, here comes Eric.
What's in that?
That's cinnamon, brown sugar, ginger. Oh, here he comes with a fork.
Yeah. Gotta have a little,
There's a carrot.
little taste.
You want a carrot or a potato? That's a potato. Try the carrot. Right, that's a carrot right there. Just grab it with your hand. Just grab it. You like that?
Can I have a potato?
Yeah, if you want a potato. They're hard. Eat a little one. Hey, Eric's over here loving it raw. He's my vegetable guy. He loves his veggies. Don't ever have to sneak them in for him. Just tell him where they are. He eats his veggies, not a fan of meat. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing that I just did with that to the pineapples and stick them on here. My oven is preheated at 400 degrees. I'm gonna put them in there for about 30 minutes and then check on them. It might take up to 40 though, but I just wanna make sure that something's not cooking quicker than something else. I try to make them the same size, but the pineapple may cook quicker than everything else. So I have the pineapples cut up. I made them a little bit bigger than the potatoes because they cook quicker. So I have a couple of potatoes. That one potato I forgot to cut up is also in here. So I'm gonna add these to the top of those so that if these cook quicker, I can get them out. I poured a little bit too much brown sugar in there. All right, so I'm gonna put this in the oven for about 30 minutes, take a check, take a look-see, see what's going on, give it a mixy mix if I have to, and then we'll get to making the main course. Meanwhile, while that's doing its thing, I'm gonna dice up this onion and I'll be all ready to go. All chopped, prep work's done. Okay, those are done. They're nice and tender. They got done a lot quicker than I had anticipated, and I'm happy about that because that's why I cut them up good and small and left the pineapples big and chunky so they would cook about the same rate, and it worked. I tried it, absolutely, well, I tried a piece of it. I didn't try all of it. Absolutely delicious. Let's get on to the next step. So you're gonna need about a tablespoon of butter. I have 2 pans out. I'm not gonna use both just yet. It's when we get to the point where Eric can no longer be in our pan with us. I'll move some out to his. But for right now, he could still use ours. Okay. It's not a dirty spatula. It's just what I was using to turn the vegetables in that we're roasting. Turn that down a little bit. Okay. To this, we're going to add the 1 onion that I had earlier, chopped up and diced. And we're going to cook that down. All right, so let me cook these down and cut that piece right there. As soon as they start getting to a stopping, the point that I'm going to add something else, I'll come back. All right, so just translucent. They're not cooked down or anything like that. So to this, I'm going to add a tablespoon. Recipe calls for a tablespoon of garlic. And I'll measure because you're watching. If you weren't watching, or if I didn't think anybody would be looking, I wouldn't measure. I would just stick it in there. Got to give that just until I start to smell the garlic, which I already do, but I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. You can smell it when it comes out of the jar, you know. All right, so I gave that a second to get it cooking, get it heated up, start getting the aromatics going. We're going to add our pound of ground beef. This is a little over a pound. I think it's 1 1/3 pounds. 1.37. And we're just going to start mashing that down. So we'll brown that up, and I'll be back. And while this is cooking, I'm going to take our rolls and start cutting these in half for the boats. They need to be toasted in the broiler, so that's why I want to get those cut open and get them on a pan, but not in the oven just yet. I'm going to do those last minute. I think I turned my heat down too low. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, to this we're going to add our mushrooms. If you were going to do, I was to say real mushrooms, fresh mushrooms, you would have done them in the beginning with the onions, and then you would sweat out all the water. I didn't have any. I had to run to the corner store, so that's why we're ending up with that in our thing. So that's going in there. Calls for 2 tablespoons of parsley. I usually just dump some in. 1. Oop. 2. 2 teaspoons of salt. Oh, I just did pepper everywhere. Oh my goodness. Half a teaspoon of pepper. I'm just going to put it in. This is really to taste. So now what I'm going to have to do is I got to add some flour. I prefer not to use flour. I like cornstarch better. So you would add the flour in and cook it down, get rid of the floury taste, I guess. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use cornstarch. Oh, wait, I forgot something. Tablespoon of W sauce. Worcestershire sauce. And I'll get out the rest of those parsley flakes I didn't get. That's 1. I'm going to go with 2 because I like more. I'm going to take a little bit of beef broth, or you could use bouillon if you so desire. I forgot to show you with a tablespoon of cornstarch in there first. I'm going to give it a good shake. Now, I don't know what the reason is, but for some reason, cornstarch likes to be mixed with cold things. I don't know how true that is or not. There you go, cornstarch and beef broth. Got to add a cup. Of beef broth. And we're going to give that a good 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to bring it back to temp, and we're just going to let it simmer a little bit. Now, if you're going to make this with pasta, you would add more broth and then add the pasta now. But we're putting it over the bread for the boat, so we're not going to do that. So let me bring this back to temp, get a good boil going on. I might add a little bit more liquid to this. I'll see, because we still have to add the sour cream and things like that. And then I'm going to give it a taste for salt, pepper, and things like that. I can already tell that that's not enough liquid, so I'm going to add another cup. So that's 2 cups of broth. Let that simmer. Okay, so if you're following along on the dairy-free version, we're not there yet, but we're going to add the sour cream. Because this is a little bit like thick looking, you could add it straight in, but Eric likes his just a little bit like thinner, like our sour cream, I guess. So I took it, I put it in a cup, and I just mixed it with a little bit of water for the non-dairy version. Okay, She's looking good. She's starting to thicken up. I'm gonna take some of this out now, because this is where Eric and us part ways. Now he doesn't want a lot, so that's more than enough for Eric. Two hours. About, ooh, better turn that down. Two hours, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of sour cream. I almost said cream cheese. Hate tapping on it while I'm recording. Grates on my ears. Hold your ears for a minute. And to Eric's, the non-dairy version. Let me measure it out so I know what I'm doing. That's about 1/8 of a cup. This is a 1/4 cup measurement. Gotta give this a nice mix. We can no longer share spoons. Doesn't have the best of colors, but boy, oh boy, does it smell good. I'm gonna give this a taste to see if it needs any more Worcestershire, salt, or pepper. Oops. Yaya, can I have another plate over there to put this spoon on? Oh, here she comes with a plastic spoon. All right. That's plenty salty enough. I think I could use a pinch more W sauce, but that's it. So I'll go in with another, let's say, teaspoon or so, and a little bit of pepper. And I'm just gonna let those flavors marry together. And I'll start Eric's over here. I'm pretty sure you can see me down this end. It looks like you can from the back of the camera. But basically I'm doing the same thing to Eric's that I did to ours. I'm just stirring it in, and then I'm gonna give it a taste. Or Eric will give it a taste. I'm not sure which. Well, if mine needed more Worcestershire, his will need more Worcestershire. So I'll just put a splash in there. And a tiny bit of pepper in his. And that's it, guys. I gotta get my bread out of the oven before I burn it. And we're done. It's a little more liquidy than I would like, but still tastes good. I would have probably let it thicken up just a little bit. I'm gonna let this simmer a little bit to thicken. Okay, guys, at this point, either I forgot to or I just lost some footage somewhere. But what's missing here is me taking the rolls out of the oven and plating up the stroganoff and vegetables. If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Yeah, guys, I actually did lose some footage. Here is one of the plates with some cheese melted on it. The rest of the video is here. And there's my plate, looking
Yummy, yummy, yummy!
I'll see you at the table. Whoa! We're at the table. Did a really roundy round. This I can't wait to dig into. I especially can't wait to dig into the veggies and the pineapple. But we'll start with the main course. Go ahead. I'm just gonna take off a little tiny piece over here. I don't know if I showed, but I did cut those rolls in half and I put them under the broiler and just toasted them up, and that's what they're sitting on. So I may have forgotten that. If I can get another shot of it, I will, because I have to make another one for my grandson when he gets home.
Okay.
Are you ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, well, I was bumping my gums yet again. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yep.
I thought you had a giant pineapple. I'm like, yeah. Ready, set, go. Mmm.
Mmm. Mmm.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
That extra little dash at the end before we took it off, took it right over the top. And the sour cream.
Oh, that's good. That's so good.
Yeah. And toasting the roll was a good way to go.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you think so? I think so.
Yeah. Oh.
So, did you try the veggies?
Yes, I did. The carrots was absolutely sweet. Really good.
Really good?
Yeah.
My favorite thing's going to be the pineapple. I don't like cooked fruit like apple pie, a blueberry pie. I eat it occasionally, but it's not my go-to. But cooked pineapples, I love it. Let's try it out. It's got a little bit of hamburger meat on it, but we're good to go.
That is so good.
Yeah.
Like, just a mixture of all that.
All of it together, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yeah.
Sweet potatoes, carrots, I got it all in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do again?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me get the rest down here. And if anybody else wants to sit down, they're more than welcome. Eric is behind the camera today. He didn't feel like sitting over here today, so
Yeah.
that's that. So I'll see you at the wrap up.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, here goes the age-old question. How'd we do? Did we like it? Booyah! All gone. All gone. Eric's plate is the same, and that roasted vegetable platter didn't stand a chance. Not with these kids. They were picking off the scraps off the thing. So, there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. Hey, and leave me a comment. Either way. See you later. Bye.